Hello, Mario! In this video, I'm going to take a further look at elevations. My elevation plans have been out there and about, and it appears that I've made a real rookie mistake, and I'm now going to have to try and fix that mistake with a further video. Now, if you look here at where we did the elevation plan, you can see that I elevated straight up from the house up into here. Now what this means is this is effectively I'm looking from the inside of the house out, and I'm actually looking at this wall here from the inside, when in fact I should be looking from the outside. I should be looking from here out. And the actual way to do this, which I'm going to show in a video a little later on, is to effectively from this direction is to draw the house upside down. In other words, looking from here into the house. Now one way of doing that is to flip it upside down, and then to use the rotational things that we can do for our situation. So I could, for instance, look from here, have it this way, and then draw this as the ground line and draw my elevation in here. However, I'm going to put this back to how it was, with north at the top, like so. And what I'm actually going to do is what I've found out that I need to do is just to mirror my picture here, and that will solve the problem. In other words, and I'm going to mirror it over to this side here. So first of all, I'm going to turn off all of the magenta here, which is in the construction elevation layer. So I'm just going to turn that off now, construction elevation layer, like so. Alright, just so that I don't select it. And then what I'm going to do is to select this bit of this here. So I need to select all of that, like so. And then I'm going to mirror it. Now I'm going to mirror it quite some way away, and before I do that, I'm just going to turn on the Ortho. So I'm just going to now type in mirror, like so, mirror, and it's going to ask me for first point on the mirror line. So I'm going to go over here and over here, and erase the source object, no, like that there, and you'll see now that I have mirrored the house over here. And hopefully we can see that if we look at that now, looking at it from the outside in, imagine yourself standing here, the kitchen would be on the left hand side, as it is in the diagram here, and as in fact it was in the original scheme plan. So you can see that everything's come across there, the writing and everything seems pretty good. Now obviously now we're going to have to fit in this elevation here, which surprisingly is correct, and I'm just going to make a copy of that and put it as close as I can to the other one, remembering that I had a bit of difficulty getting them in last time. I had to put them quite close together. So let's just have a bit of a look in here and make sure everything's all good. I seem to have some some spouting sitting here in the middle of my drawing, which I'll just get, I don't think we need that there, that shouldn't be there, so we'll just try and select that and delete it now while we can. Just pull that out of there, delete, and pull that out of there, delete. So there's our, that's our spouting just gone there, so the drawing looks good. I've got some remnants of spouting over here for some reason, which I'll just delete as well. It always pays to, I find, to fix up these things when you encounter them, because if you say, oh, I'll just do it later on, you invariably forget. Okay, so that's what we want to do, so I'm just going to go in there and include that as well. We may double up on the ground thing there. Okay, and I'm just going to copy that, which will be CP, copy, and specify. It didn't work quite so well. I'll just CP, try that again, copy, specify a base point. Yeah, now we're cooking with gas, I think. I'm just going to specify that as a base point. So that will enable me to copy it, and I'm just going to put it over here. I've got the ortho on, so sort of as close as possible as we can to there. So I think round about there would probably be reasonable, like so. Let's just escape that there, and let's just take out perhaps that ground level there. We only need one, so that's ground level, finished floor level. So that's all pretty tidy there like that, and that's our elevation all sorted out there. I think we've got everything. There was no writing. Now there is one little issue that we do need to do here, and that is on this door. If we look at the door, I'll just while I'm here, just turn off, in this case here, the image, the plan image underneath. So that's the CEC scheme plan. I think there, that should turn that off. If we look at this door here, the hinge for the door is on the kitchen side. So that's where the hinge is, on the kitchen side. And we can see here on this elevation here that the hinge is on the kitchen side of the door frame. However, in our mirrored one, the door hinge is still on the kitchen side. That may not be correct. Hang on, I might have to have another look at that. Now there is another source of information for this as to where that hinge should be, and that is the actual scheme plan, which I'm going to go here and just bring up. So that's the cost effective CRIBS plan, which is this is our original scheme plan here. I'm just going to put that up there in a small reduced size window, and I think it's on page 2 that we get the. So this is the elevation, and this is correct, and it shows the actual door like that with the. I'm not quite sure which one's the hinge, but apparently it should be shown like that with the sharper bit towards the window like that. And here you can see that it's got the kitchen on the left, and just go to my Autodesk here and just drop that down to a reduced size drawing so that we can pull that into the scheme. Perhaps it's that one there. No, I think it's this one here. So we need to try and get the drawing a bit smaller. So I can have it alongside the other one, because I also want to have a look at some of the windows. Oh, here we go, here. That's better. Yeah. This must be another version of AutoCAD, I think, that I've got here. No. Quite not having too much luck here. That drops it down there. This here. There we go. It took a little bit to find it. There it is. So that drops it into there. Bring that up into there. Possibly just get rid of my. So this is my revised one, and you can see that I've got that window there, got the opening on the right side, but this one here, I have the opening on the wrong side. So that's just a matter of moving that from there to there. And we may have a little size issue on those windows, that perhaps they could be drawn a little, they might be different sizes. That's another problem, but I think we'll leave that for now. Okay, they should be the same size. So that's correct like that. This one here, we need to spin around. So what I'm just going to do for this one here is, just escape out of there, just make sure I've just got the one thing selected. So that's that there, and I'm just going to mirror that. MI, we should bring up the mirror. And the mirror line I'm just going to make is that point there. And in this case here, yes, we will delete the original. Okay, so that gets the door pretty much the same as how it is in the original scheme plan. Again, this window here needs to be moved as well. So I'll just use move there like that, and that just goes over to there like that. So now we can see that we've got pretty much things as to how they should be in the scheme plan, with the window, that window there, that one there, the door going the right way. So everything's good. So now we can drop this down here out of sight, and we can bring this up now to full size. And I'm happy now that I've got everything there in model space as it should be. So now I'm going to flick over to my elevations, and I've got a viewport up in here, and all I'm going to do now is to just double click on that viewport and unlock that viewport, and use the little pan handle and bring in my new elevations, which have been corrected. Okay, there's a little bit of shenanigans going on at that end there. I might just need to, so I might just go there and just make things a little bit bigger, so we've got some more stuff to deal with. So let's make that a bit bigger. Let's go back to paper space here, so we've got the full size of things to work with. Right, and then just double click in there, and there's our little pan handle there, so we can just bring things in. I could come a little bit this way, like so, just sort of even things up a bit and bring it into the centre of the viewport, which I think round about there looks reasonable. I'm just trying to get that ground level there in. I think I'll move that. So I think about there I'm quite happy with. Just push enter to take it out of the pan command. And oh, I've lost my scale there. So that's my actual scale. Might just a little tad that way, just to even it up at each end, like so. I've finished with that. My scale's good. I'm just going to lock it there, and I think I'll just move this ground level here. Move that, like so, just through to there. Yep, ground level. Finished floor level running through there. My lettering's all pretty good. Finished floor level there, ground level. They're all lining up. And as you can see there, now if I just drop that down and bring back up the original scheme plan, you can see that that's there with the kitchen all pretty good there. So I'm quite happy with that. And I'm going to put that up there like so, and yeah, I'm reasonably happy. And now you can see that I've got the elevation as it should be. I'm just going back to the floor plan. The elevation should be looking from this point of view here towards the house, and if you imagine yourself standing about here, you can see that the kitchen, the little push out for the kitchen, would be on the left, and the door would be there, and the hinge would be in the right place, and the various window openings and things. If you go back to the elevation, here you can see, you've got the kitchen on the left. So that's pretty good there. I'm reasonably happy with that, and that's that plan adjusted. So that's pretty much the end of the process there, although I am planning to do a little video which will more be a standalone video on how to draw elevations from floor plans, so keep an eye out for that. But just by way of the process in that, I'm hoping that this will be my last video. That there's just annoying me a little bit. It's just a little bit off sort of line there, but I think that is done in, oh yes, oops. So what I want to do is just to select that there and just move it slightly. Just feel that L not quite in the middle. Okay, yeah, so that's better. I'm hoping there, and I'm just going to save all this now. Save. Oh, save. Okay, so I guess that brings us to the finalised plan, and I think one must always be prepared for people to look at your plan with a different eye and to find little things in it that could be changed. And certainly I have had one of my more esteemed colleagues have a look at some of the things on my plan, and certainly there are actually things that could be done further, some little bits and pieces that my surveyor eye has not picked up. Like, for instance, what actually is this line down through here? I don't think this line should actually be there. I think that's the underside of the purlins line, and this is the top side of the purlins, and they shouldn't be seen. What do you actually see is sort of quite important. Here I've got the spouting shown here. perhaps that should have a line across here, because the spouting doesn't end like that. If it did, all the water would fall out on the ground at the end of the house. So there are some little things that a person, experienced person in drawing houses would have, but certainly, and I am not that person, but what I have tried to achieve here with this drawing is to first of all introduce you to CAD drawing and introduce you to some of the skills and tasks and little workflows and things that you can use for CAD. I'm hopeful that you will possibly yourself move on from here and learn new techniques, faster techniques, quicker and more economic techniques in terms of the use of your time and things like that in your CAD career. But the people that I've been working with, I have sort of I've introduced you to CAD and seen your skills grow and your confidence grow, and I am confident that with the information that you have here, or the skills that you have developed over the course of this this little series of videos and things like that, that you will now move on ahead and become accomplished CAD users or CAD technicians. So thank you for your perseverance. Thank you for following me down some interesting pathways and back to reality again. I've enjoyed the journey, and I hope ultimately that you have too. So cheers. Thanks very much. See you.